Hey everybody, what's up? How's it going? Robin here once again, and in today's video we're going to be talking about savings accounts and in particular Canadian high interest savings accounts. And in this video I'm going to show you guys how to find the best savings accounts in Canada and how easily, no matter when in time you're watching this video, you can find the ones that actually are the best interest rates for any given period of time, kind of thing. I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to give you guys my opinions on them. I'm going to kind of share what I think about them, and we're going to talk about just general savings accounts in this video. And before we get started, the one thing you want to understand is that high interest savings accounts have definitely gone up over the past couple of years. Traditionally, high interest savings accounts, if you look at some of the big banks, they usually sit around 1%, maybe 2%, if you're lucky, kind of thing. But since online banks and a lot of like online credit places and stuff like that have been kind of over time been increasing their rates, what this is causing is a lot of savings accounts to kind of actually rise up just overall. So the cool thing about this is savings accounts in general, like over the past couple of years, have slowly gone up a little bit, and there's a lot of different options now to choose from, as you're going to see. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to a website here. This is a Canadian-based website. It's called High Interest. Here's the URL, guys, for you guys to type in. It's highinterestsavings.ca. You can click on the little tab here, and it's basically a high interest savings forum, but it's got a lot of cool features, and it's a great way to stay up to date with what are the best savings accounts at any given moment of time, and that's basically what it is. And they talk about RSPs, tax-free savings accounts, all this kind of stuff, and it's basically a place where people will post promos or post updates, and they also post a lot of like their own user experiences and stuff like that and whatnot. And the cool thing about it is like there's just so much information. Now again, this is Canadian based, but you guys can find information online no matter what country you're on. Just go like to Google and type in high interest savings, US or something like that, or high interest savings UK or something like that, and you should be able to get something similar, kind of thing. But this is a really cool site I stumbled upon a little while back when I was doing research about tax-free savings accounts and whatnot. And although I prominently focus on dividend investing on this channel, and I'm big into investing, it is nice to have a high interest savings account for maybe like your emergency fund, right? Maybe to keep $1,000 or maybe a couple thousand, depending on your situation, kind of thing, just to have just in case. And it's nice to have that money sitting in like a decent a decent percentage rate, so that you're actually making a little bit of income. Now in the long run, it doesn't really matter that much, but it just depends on like how big your savings account is, right? If you're more into putting your money into your investments and putting less in your savings, then how much you get from a high interest savings account doesn't really matter. But if you're more into, like, let's say you're just kind of getting started with investing, you're not too sure about it, or let's just say you don't want to invest too much of your money, you'd rather keep it into a savings account, then by looking for a higher value savings account is definitely something you should do. So let's jump into this here. So we're on the website here. One thing you want to do is you want to go to this top little bar here, the navigation bar, and it says HISA, High Interest Savings Accounts Chart. And this chart is one of the best features they have, and it's the best way to see all the different bank accounts in Canada. And you can see the name here on the left side, and it has the account, and then it has the rate here. So this is the default savings rate, right? So this is a regular unregistered savings account, and then next to it they have a tax-free savings account rate if you want to open up a TFSA with them. Generally speaking, you'll see that the normal rates are a little bit higher than a tax-free savings account. And here's my recommendation for you guys. You should be putting most of your investments into a tax-free savings account, and then use your regular savings account into a regular savings account, because you'll make more money off your tax-free savings account if you invest it instead of putting a high interest savings account. But it's up to you guys how you want to do. But I've actually put all my investments into a tax-free savings account, so that money will compound and earn me money tax-free. A lot of people don't know you can do that for whatever reason, right? So looking at the different rates here, you can see that they're pretty solid. Like a lot of these are online banks. Like these aren't like your CIBCs or your TDs or your Royal Bank of Canada or your Scotiabank kind of thing. These are online accounts, and you're generally speaking going to find the best rates from these accounts, especially in terms of like overall, right? Like overall, as as time is going on, these banks generally have the highest rates, unless like something like CIBC is doing a promo. But then, generally speaking, that promo only lasts for like a couple months, and then they slash it down, and you get like a 1% rate or something silly like that. So these bank accounts generally have, on average, the highest default savings rates, and that's why I like them. So you can see 2.3% from I can't even say it, Accelerate Financial, I think that's how you pronounce that. And then we have like Artana Bank and stuff like that, Bridgewater Bank. You can see they're pretty decent, and they have the different names here on the side here, but these are all just regular savings accounts. Some of these you might recognize, some of them you might not. But it looks like the highest one at this time in speaking is a 3.3% from LBC Digital, which is pretty insane. One thing I do want to mention is that you always want to click through. Like if we click through here, it will take you to the forum, and then it has different reviews and people talk about it and stuff like that. So if you're interested in a typical bank account from here, you can click on, like, let's say if you want to check out a Wealth of One Bank of Canada, you can click on the name here. It takes you to the forum board, and people will post things and stuff like that, and you can see like different things and whatnot. And there's also reviews here that people share their experiences, so that's cool as well. And then if you want, you can also just click to the actual website here. So you can go to Wealth Bank of Canada, and then this is their website and stuff like that, and you can check out their account from here. Let's see if we can actually find their savings account. Savings, we'll click learn more, and you can see these are CDIC insured, so these are actually like real banks and stuff like that, and your money is safe. We can see, let's go learn more. Doesn't look like they actually have their rates on here. High interest savings account, which is kind of a little bit strange. Let's click open now. Some of these websites you have to kind of pick through to find the different rates and stuff like that. It's a little bit confusing sometimes. Let's see if we can find one from Motive Financial. They're a pretty good website. They're based out of Edmonton, Alberta. And you can see here, yeah, 2.4% in a tax-free savings account. And then if we click on accounts here, you can actually view the different accounts they have. So we can go savings account, click find out more. Then you can see the actual rates and stuff here. Yes, you can see the rates here. So 2.8% if you have 0 to $1 million, I think. Yeah, $1 million is 2.8%. So that lines up about what the website says. So it's, I always generally check just to be sure, but you can see here that people do update these on a regular basis. It seems like they update them on a weekly to daily basis. So this rate is actually correct. So you can go through these different banks and pick the one that you want. So that's, and then again, they have the tax-free savings account rate right here, and then they have the forum. The other thing you want to look at is GIC chart. And this is, if you guys aren't familiar, GIC is basically the same as a savings account, except that they lock you in. So if you put your money into a GIC, you can't touch it for whatever the term period is. And you'll notice that GICs generally have a higher rate than a savings account. This is because your money is locked in, the bank can guarantee that you won't take it out. So they'll give you a higher interest rate, but you're kind of locked into like the period, right? And the longer the period, generally the higher the rate. So you can see here for Oaken Financial, 1 year rate for a GIC is 2.55. So if you put your money into a GIC with them, you wouldn't be able to touch it for a year, but you're guaranteed to get that rate for 1 whole year. And then again, 2 year, and you can see it slowly increases over time. And these aren't too bad. I mean, like a GIC rate of 2.9 is pretty decent, or even just 2.5 for 1 year. But again, you probably make more money if you invested it. However, like let's say you wanted to use money for a down payment for a house or something like that, you could put like $5,000 or $10,000 into a GIC for maybe a year or two to guarantee that you don't touch it, but maybe you're going to need it for a year or two and you want to get some money off it, but you don't want the markets to go down or something like that temporarily. Then you take that money out and you're at a loss kind of thing. So this is where like a GIC can kind of be handy. I wouldn't use most of your investments into a GIC, but let's just say you want to save up for a car, like $5,000, $10,000 or something like that. Put into a GIC for a year or two, something like that, and then like maybe a year when you're ready, like maybe when you're done school or something like that, or when you're financially better, you can take that money out and you can put it back into a GIC, or you can spend it, or you can invest it, or do whatever you want to do, kind of thing. So that's why I think GICs are pretty powerful here. And I wanted to show you guys this website because I think it's very helpful to see all these different options. Like I could have did a video where I talked about the different ones, but the problem with that is that those videos, you see a lot of people do them, like here's the best high interest savings accounts and stuff like that, and they're cool and all, but they're only relevant when they first publish them, right? Because like a year later or a couple months later, a lot of times those promos are gone or they change and stuff like that. So this is why I want to do this video, to actually show you guys this website so you can see up to date what are the best banks in Canada with the best interest rates. And that's why I did this video, because you can actually go here on this website. Once again, I'll link to it in the description of this video if you guys want to check out that link, just so you guys can actually see it. And make sure you bookmark it, and then you can just check it on a every other day kind of thing. You can check out the best high interest bank accounts, and you can follow through and make them. So I think it's pretty solid, and I would say that these are probably the highest rates in terms of in Canada right now. So I'd probably go with one of these banks. I can't recommend any as I haven't used any myself. I don't really use very many high interest savings accounts. I have all my investments into Wealthsimple in my tax-free savings account, and then I have a little bit of money in my checking account as my emergency fund. So, but if you do want to do down the high interest savings account, you can definitely check out this website and use one of these banks. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions about savings accounts or GICs or tax-free savings accounts or anything like that, be sure to leave a comment in the video and I'll get back to it. And also, if you guys want more investing, more financial videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll leave a link in the comments. You guys can click that link to subscribe if you guys want more videos. Then other than that, there's not too much I want to talk about. That's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to do something quick to provide something that's very helpful for you guys, and hope you guys enjoy it. So thanks for joining me today guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys later.